And we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 99, where we get our weekly dose of hot takes, discuss recent K-pop news and events, and give you the state of the nation. So in this segment, Hot Takes with Harold, we got Doug's cousin Harold. He's not a nice guy. He comes in with like weird claims and just... What do you want?
What's going on? Can't get rid of me. See you in season 3. But hey, real talk. Leave me some like fuego K-pop questions down below in the comment section and on Discord in the hashtag suggestion box channel. But the weekly hot take for today is, summer songs are perfectly acceptable. Boom. I personally hate summer songs. Bye.
Oh man.
Bye,
wild take. There's like a couple of people in our Discord that like actively hate summer tracks, right?
Yeah, you're talking to one of them right now.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so let's recap what just happened. Number 1, HotTake Harold. He's here to stay. He ain't leaving. Can't get the guy to leave. I've been trying to kick him out of my house. I've been trying to socially distance myself from Harold. It just ain't working. So he's here. He needs questions. Give him some. But the weekly hot take is summer songs are perfectly acceptable. Boom. Let me clarify. I used to hate summer songs. Like, despise
with a passion.
With a passion. Okay. Other than like the Sistar songs, because that's a thing for them, right?
Yes.
That's a legit concept for them.
The career is built on summer tracks.
Yeah, I used to absolutely despise summer songs. Now, I'm not saying I think they're completely acceptable, right? My caveat is that as long as I'm fine with songs being summer influenced, right? Mm-hmm. But I still dislike when a group, let's say they are purely like a bubblegum group, right? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, they're literally doing a summer song with a nautical theme or a beach theme, right? Mm-hmm. That's when I'm like, you're kind of just doing a summer song for the hell of it. And that's when I find a little bit of an issue with it.
So kind of like breaking the character of the group for a second.
Yeah, just for the sake of having a summer themed song. That's when I find issue with it.
But what if the nautical themed summer track? What if it was bubblegummy?
Then I'm more willing to accept it, because my issue with most summer songs is I think for many of them they don't add to the momentum of the group. That might be a take in itself, but I think there's a decent amount of summer songs where you give them a free pass. You're like, we'll start building the momentum again next time, guys. Like, and that's the feeling I get a lot of times from them. But that's my initial impressions. What about you?
Anita can go first.
I guess I don't necessarily get that bothered when groups switch up their established character. Well, I don't know. I guess maybe for me, I see summer as an exception, where I feel like because of the weather, because of maybe the culture behind it, like it feels like a break, right? So for most cultures, it feels like a break. Like the weather is nicer, or more people want to go outside, that kind of stuff. So it makes sense that it also creates a sort of break for the sound that the group is used to, in my opinion. So I guess I don't have like a problem when they do that. And because of that, I find them acceptable for what they are. Like a summer song that might be like you might see like a one-off shot of their usual stuff. Like this is not typically what they do, but because it's summer season, this is the type of sound that they're going to produce. I feel like that's okay. I feel like it is acceptable because of that culture that summer has, the summer break. Yeah, I don't know. I understand what you mean though. It might seem a bit confusing if you're so used to and you're very much invested into the sound of a group, and then they come out with something that's very different in the summer, and it doesn't feel like it adds much to their discography. I can see why, for sure.
I can also see why, but I haven't seen one that is unacceptable yet.
Unacceptable?
Right. In theory, I think it's unacceptable. I think it's possible where I'll be like, this is PS, BS, not PS. But at the same time, so far, when I'm looking back on mostly, I'm thinking about the girl group summer tracks. Kind of makes sense, right? Like, if Blackpink was to come back over June and then do like Dance the Night Away, okay, then I'd be like, this is BS. Why? Don't do that. But they didn't. Twice, when they did their summer tracks, felt somewhat in character with the rest of the Twice persona.
Yep.
Red Velvet, they did that to start, no doubt. Cosmic Girls, a little bit.
That was kind of weak sauce, right?
Just a little bit, you know.
A little bit weak sauce.
Getting lost in the sauce, according to Douglas. Look, I think as long as you're able to maintain your central like voice and persona throughout this summer theme, I think why not? Go for it. I think, pop music, right? What makes pop music pop music? Relevancy to its listeners. We're getting deep today, People listen to it and they're like, yeah, I feel like it's the summer. I feel like I want to pop open a cold one with my boys, I want to get juicy with my buddies, like you get that. You get that.
Bro, we don't get juicy. I don't know what you're saying, dude.
Look, all I'm trying to say is it presents a level of relevance that is like very time significant.
Right. Like, yeah.
Right. Now, the problem I kind of have with summer tracks is that a bunch of them are kind of creatively defunct. It's devoid. There's a couple summer tracks, and there's a lot of summer tropes that is like used throughout different summer tracks. Similar instrumentation, similar arrangements, similar melody styles, similar costumes, similar themes. It's become to the point where there are certain instruments you could use and instantly people are like, oh, you kind of feel like a summer track because they associate it with all these summer tracks. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but when you look at these summer tracks, a lot of them feel like, you just got a cookie cutter and just, placed it on the dough and then you have a gingerbread man, which is ironic because a gingerbread man is for the Christmas, but, I think good pop music at a very dictionary level is like, always time relevant and very relevant with the listeners, I'm thinking about albums that Charlie XCX dropped recently, that was all about COVID, staying home, I'm thinking about the Christmas album Tyler, the Creator, dropped back in like 2018 or something. He had a whole Grinch album, whole Carol album, I think stuff like that works really well. But at the same time, it's like, all right, stop making the same song over and over again for the cash grab, please.
So some difference, some variety.
I understand it's a little more difficult because the summer is like such a limited image, I guess. But like, come on, the same brass and guitar riffs. Come on,
You said something that like made me reevaluate my position. I'm not saying I'm completely switched over, but you were like, name me some bad summer songs. Off the top of my head, not that many come to mind. Like, not as many as I would anticipate. Because a lot of them are... I guess the better way to put it is that I've been thinking about a lot of the summer songs, and a lot of them are, like, are right? I do think that the... I don't think there's a lot of terrible summer songs, but what I'm saying is, like, the ceiling for them is quite low. Like, rarely is a pure summer song like, oh, this is a grade A banger. This is legendary, right? I think a lot of Dance the Night Away, why it's good is because it's Twice. I think that's I also think it's a pretty good song. But.
Even within the Twice discography, I probably wouldn't place Dance the Night Away.
Like it's a good anthem, right? It's a good like let's go, woo, right? But at the same time, there's a lot of other songs that I'm like, this is like the core Twice songs, right?
Right. I feel like the trope of summer tracks has been explored really well enough. And it's come to the point where like it's very difficult to be like, oh man, summer is here, bring out the ice cream,
Or it's very hard to be like, they're breaking boundaries with the summer song, right?
Yeah, it's like the song of the year with this summer track. That's kind of difficult to do. Even with like SojuTalk, I would pick his trot songs over the Saksuri stuff.
I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, all right, my favorite group's IZ*ONE, as many of you know. Most of you do.
Wiz one.
I was thinking like, because we're time limited, right, as a group. If we had wasted I wouldn't say wasted, but if we have used one of our time slots, right, our 6 month spans on a summer song, I would be quite disappointed, personally. Because number one, I don't think that's really what our aesthetic is at the moment. And number two, I'd be like, all right, we're doing a seasonal song when what do we have, like 6-7 songs, not maybe maximum, right?
Yeah.
I'd be a little disappointed in that. But you know, a lot of people do really like summer songs though, right? Now
Yeah.
I know like I wouldn't say it's a super controversial thing. You probably either do or not, and no one feels extremely. I don't think this is a take where people like, if you have a summer song, it's absolute garbage, right? I think a lot of people are more like, it's a summer song, I'm a little disappointed because it's not what I want, right? I don't think it's that of extreme of a view.
Mm-hmm.
That Uju Sonyo song, though, did really well, Boogie Up, right?
No,
I'm not
it was
a
a
big
great
fan
song.
of it.
It was a great song.
It really started their big momentum swing, that one
Yeah.
specifically. So, I don't know. I don't think this is the spiciest take, and I'm gonna get a little meta now. The reason why we're expanding to questions is because like I know there's always things to say about K-pop, but at the same time we've thought of 50 things to say in the past year.
You know, we've thought about a lot of things, I think.
We need to replenish our stock, and I think adding questions is a good way to keep Cousin Harold around while giving us interesting discussion points, right?
Yeah.
Man, you've
More
been doing
input.
Cousin Harold impressions for 50 episodes now. Can you believe that?
You know, I thought of Cousin Harold while we were on like episode 45, something like that, and I was sitting at work, and I'm like, we need something interesting, and then I told Warren, I was like, what if we make a new character and present hot takes, because that way it would protect us from flack because it wouldn't be representing our opinions.
Which is
And-
they do
Which it
not.
isn't.
Yeah.
Which it is not initially. At the beginning, some people didn't understand it. I remember the first take was about Red Velvet, right? And how they I think it was about how Red Velvet beat a certain group to win a music show award, and they only won because they're popular, right? Something like that. It had something to do with
I
that.
think I vaguely remember.
And a couple Red Velvet fans were very angry at that take, and they were
Oh.
like, I can't believe you would say that, dog. And I'm like, whoa, Cousin Harold saying it, not me, right?
Right. We're taking in topics to talk about. No, we don't support. You're right.
Yeah, and I think we generally fall somewhere in the middle of most
Right.
of these topics
Right.
on average between the three of us, which honestly, the more people you have, the more it regresses to the mean, which is a very typical thing. Overall, though, shout out to Cousin Harold, because it has added a lot of content, not only on our podcast, in our Discord. A lot of conversations have sprung up from this.
I do want to say, so I opened up a survey last week, right?
Yep.
Lots of responses, by the way. I'm very thankful. That being said, one of our responses directly quoted that they don't really get the Harold part. So I hope this part explained it a little bit.
For the newcomers, yeah.
I could
Yeah.
see that. If you're
You
like
weren't here for the beginning.
Right.
if you were
yeah.
here in episode 50, you may be like, who the heck is Harold? Why is there Bunny Man asking questions in the
Sunglasses
middle?
with weird voice.
Well, yeah. I guess the best explanation would be like, we want to talk about K-pop topics. Sometimes K-pop topics are controversial, and the best way that we don't get any flack is to have a third party say the topic, right? That's the best way to
Right.
put it.
Right.
So shout out to Cousin Harold, and let's move on to news and events now. So
He's a real character. He's a
the
real
first
man.
one, there's a bit of a PSA here. Some dark stuff again. It's the topic is revolving around AOA Mina and the developments in that whole saga. We are going to give a very surface level summary of what has transpired since the last time we talk about it. If you want to find full translations, if you want to search out everything that is like word for word, it's out there, but we will be making some broad statements about it. So here's a complete summary of the entire thing. Back in July, AOA's Mina shared a series of posts in which she wrote that she had been bullied by another member, Jimin, for almost a decade. Jimin shared a written apology, which Mina responded to because she was unhappy with it, and later Jimin left the group. That is the most broad summary of what has happened up
Pretty
until
much.
this week. So earlier in this week, Mina posted on Instagram again about her relationships with the other AOA members and continued to vent frustrations over not receiving a sincere apology from the members nor FNC Entertainment. Many of her posts up until this point have been, they have some financial undertones going on, I would say. She also mentioned that she had attempted to take her life about a month ago. On August 8th, Mina posted a graphic self-harm picture to Instagram and suggested that she was potentially attempting suicide. In the post, she spoke about some of the AOA members and FNC, and the real undertones was it was sounded like a goodbye message. Thankfully, her current agency, Woody Entertainments, stated shortly after that she had been rescued, was safe, and is receiving treatment at a hospital. The next day, on the 9th, FNC formally made an apology to Mina and explained why they hadn't up to this point. This was not super well received. People were saying, like, why are you making it now? It's not, like, you don't even really get at the problems is what's going on. And then today, on August 10th, Woody actress shared that Mina has been discharged from the hospital and is currently at her mother's house resting and recovering. Yeah. Some heavy stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I'm glad that she's safe. I'm glad that they were
Yes.
able to just keep an eye on her and act on time. So I'm really glad that happened. I don't know. I think as the story develops, more stuff comes out, and I think when we first covered the story, I did mention that I did find some fault in the company for not taking action quickly enough or directly. And I don't know, I guess something's getting done since they made a formal apology, but I just don't know if that should be it, or if there should be more. I don't know. I feel like there's still a lot of wounds that have not
For sure.
healed, as far as like the treatment that happened within the members and how the company reacted to it or decided to ignore it. So I don't know. I hope that this can have a better ending. Like I mentioned, I'm glad that nobody was harmed, that she's resting and recovering and with relatives. But I do hope FNC can do a little more. I don't know. I don't know if an apology can resolve all of the stuff that's been going on.
The complex part of this is that mental health isn't something you can easily figure out, right? Like,
Yes,
it's not,
of course.
right?
Yeah.
It's not solvable with money. It's not solvable with an apology. It takes a lot of like complicated processes to get to like a certain place in terms of your mental health. For her to get to this level, man, incredibly infuriating towards the company. Like I remember I remember reading the post. Man, and then I also remember on August 8th, right? We were chilling on the Discord server, and we were pretty much reacting to it like live to live. I was incredibly worried. The photo, if you saw it, dude, I was
Pretty graphic, so be careful if you search it
yeah,
out.
it's a graphic self-harm picture. It was taken down off of Instagram, but I'm sure it exists in the internet ecosystem.
Yeah, if you want to look it up, go for it. But just know that I was like very concerned that like that we might not be coming back after this, and I was very relieved that things worked out for now. Worked out as in she survived. We need more, obviously, but
It's a weird situation, right? Because
Yeah.
we were not in her headspace, obviously.
Yeah.
And we don't like. I don't think there's anything that could fully like resolve this situation for her. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's a really weird, tough situation to be in, right? Because it's like. I think it's also bad that there's clearly financial things going on, because a lot of it keeps getting brought up where she reportedly owes FNC money or something, right? Or she's owed money. I don't know. There's a lot of weird financial stuff going on too, because the world of K-pop, it's a money game at the end of the day, right? But at the end of the day, it's like the human aspect is it's not great for anyone, right? Like
Right.
we feel bad for Mina. It's like there's no resolution for anyone in this situation.
Yeah.
Essentially, like it's I feel bad because like I don't feel like as the public this stuff should be really vented out out in the open, right? Because we're just in that age though with social media where like we're getting her perspective, right?
Right.
I don't know, we don't know 100% where the truth lies in anything, right? But we're getting her perspective on the other members, and clearly because she's had a negative experience, her opinions on the other members isn't great, right? it's like, and the situation just keeps escalating more and more. It feels like, and the stuff that happened on the 8th though was shocking, right? Yeah, it's like normally we have like some like good package as to what should happen or what we think should happen. This one, no clue, right?
Yeah, it's a very, very, very sensitive topic, very sensitive problem because it involves
so many people.
Yeah, quite a bit of people. Things that were done and said where we don't really have idea what was exactly done or said as bystanders, as people who are just listening to it and finding out about it now. But I don't know. I feel like the company, of course, it has done something now. The formal apology. I don't know if they will if they plan to do more or if they can. I like you mentioned, it's just a very hard situation to find a solution to because
their apology wasn't good either. They were like, we didn't talk about Jimin because she's not in our company at the time of the apology. Well, BS, she was in your company when all of this occurred. Like, they said something like that, and everyone was like, all right, that's terrible, right? Like, you're just trying to absolve yourself, right? Who knows, though, what the outcome is, but at least for now, we know that she is safe at the moment.
Yep.
And that's honestly all we can really wish for right now.
Yes.
So best of luck to everyone in this, because it's a mess. Let's move on to some other moves. This one's actually very interesting. SM and JYP created a new joint company. So SM Entertainment and JYP Entertainment joined together to create a new company called Beyond Live Corporation. On August 4th, SM and JYP announced the joint establishment of Beyond Live Corporation, also known as BLC in the articles. The first company to specialize in online concerts. And quote, with the synergy of SM's content producing abilities and Naver's technology, along with JYP's global network and creativity, BLC is a company that will plan and operate Beyond Live concerts. Beginning with Super M in April, several SM artists, including NCT and Super Junior, have held Beyond Live concerts. The service has been praised for its use of technology, including AR, which is augmented reality, and interactive aspects. JYP recently held their first Beyond Live concert with Twice's World in a Day on August 9th.
Wow.
This is
technology, man.
This is a landmark agreement, right?
We're seeing the industry change before our own eyes.
Wow.
They are basically trying to curb the market already, right?
Yeah.
They're like no one is going to do online concerts better than us. That's essentially what they're setting out to do, right?
Wow.
Well, kind of, right? They have one obvious big competitor.
Yep. Is it a big and are they probably going to be a hit? Is that
I think so. Yeah. They might also like be friends with like A, B, C, and then a J.
Wait, what?
CJ.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
I mean,
No,
I guess they would be the next big players.
Right.
Do you feel like we're in an arms race right now?
It feels like a K-pop Cold War.
It's a Cold War between. Let's be real here. It's a Cold War between Big Hit and essentially SM, Naver, and now a little bit of JYP, right?
Basically, this is saying SM, JYP are buddies now, right? With Naver, this whole huge IT company, the biggest in Korea, right? Whilst you have CJ and then Big Hit, which CJ, big amounts of money, right? Lots of funds. They also have lots of technology under their hands. Yeah, big three, big two. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. This is the new era of K-pop.
It is.
This is it
for sure.
This is it.
Yeah, especially because if we think about, I know YG's like the lone person, but they've always kind of been a lone wolf in the game, even before anything had happened. Kind of doing their own thing. But if you think about the level and the amount of groups now under this SM JYP thing that they got going on, and then the Big Hit umbrella that is continually growing, that is a large portion of high tier K-pop.
Yes.
Right. There's a large portion of it. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it's this is I think it's cool because this is a reflection of the times where online concerts are the new standard till Rona goes away, which is not going to. But until we get essentially a vaccine and we could have in-person concerts on a normal level, right? This is the path going forward. And I think it is very smart that they're trying to curb the market because clearly they already have the technology to do it successfully because from the statistics I've seen, all of these concerts are generating tons of money to the point where people are wondering if regular concerts will even be a thing in the future because of the financial cost of them.
Right.
So people are wondering.
This feels like a much better way for like fans to like actually like participate and the companies to make more profit. So like.
Yeah, it sucks for fans because obviously seeing your favorite idols in person is the ideal situation,
An experience,
right?
yeah.
Right. You got to think holding an online concert, you're gonna make way more money than if you brought the whole crew out to America or something.
Right. If I lived in suburban Michigan, which I did, the chances of me seeing Twice or Rocket Punch for that matter, incredibly low.
Yeah.
Now it's incredibly higher.
But obviously you're missing out on the live aspect, right? Because there's nothing like being there with your homies and the other fans.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take. I think for the moment though, extremely smart financial decision, as are most of SM's decisions, right? So that's cool. The next one, we got some more SM news. Super M run it back. So there were people grumbling that maybe it was a one-time thing. Well, it's not. So
it's not.
On August 6th, Korean Standard Time, Super M announced that they will be returning with a project entitled, quote, Super One. So the SM supergroup will drop their first single, 100, on August 14th. 100 is said to be a song of the breakbeat genre that is a powerful and energetic song with a strong bass line. Another single, Tiger Inside, will be dropped on September 1st before their first full-length album, Super One, on September 25th. This marks the first comeback of the group since their debut last fall with Jopping. Members of the group include SHINee's Taemin, EXO's Baekhyun and Kai, NCT's Taeyoung and Mark, and WayV's Ten and Lucas. Super M will also be launching a reality show called Mtopia on September 23rd on Wave and YouTube.
Wow. They're so busy.
They have
all these members.
I was not sure that they would run it back.
Yes.
Right?
I thought it was over. Yeah.
Yeah, right? This is kind of nuts that they're going to run it back. I don't know.
We'll have to see what happens. For me, Jopping was kind of...
You weren't jumping and hopping? You weren't jopping?
Yes, I was not jumping and hopping.
My brother-in-law, who does not listen to K-pop, loves jopping, though.
Really?
Yeah.
How does he feel about the word?
He don't care. He's jopping, yo.
All right, I guess
Jumping
and popping.
Shout out to Ray. Shout out to...
I've grown to like the song. I think when it first came out, I was a bit like a little confused about it, like what they were going for, especially with the promotion of it, because the teasers didn't quite match the actual music video or the song. So I don't know. This will be interesting. I think when Super M first debuted, I was a bit critical as to this project because SM has done project groups before, and they didn't. I mean, the one that I referenced did not really last that long or have a comeback at all. So it's interesting that they've kept this going, but I feel like they're so busy. Like all of these members have had comebacks within the last 5 months. Maybe not Kai. Kai has had the most rest, I would guess. But they're busy.
Taemin is literally coming back right now.
Yes.
Like, doing 2 promotions on top of each other? Oh my goodness.
Mark, 2, Taeyoung, wow.
Yeah,
WayV, Lucas, 10, wow.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Like, honestly, whenever like Super M does anything, it'll be very significant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they called themselves the cringy quote Avengers of K-pop, right? Like,
Oh my god.
I am
We'll see.
very curious because now we're getting Super M, we're getting potentially Blackpink, potentially Twice, we're getting BTS all within the next couple months.
Oh my,
right?
yeah.
We're getting
That's
all of
true.
that.
Oh man.
It's gonna be crazy. September, October are going to be absolutely nuts, and we're getting a BTS song in a couple weeks, the English one. So
Oh yes.
a lot of crazy things. Quick takes. in terms of BTS, we got something right here. BTS will be performing for the first time at the MTV VMAs on August 30th. The group has been nominated for Best Pop, Best K-pop, and Best Choreography. There is definitely controversy that they are not nominated for the bigger awards again, right? At the same time, though, I think it's an interesting move that they're performing at the VMAs.
Yeah.
Do we have anything to say about that? I honestly think that they should be nominated for the bigger ones. At least throw them a bone because they're so culturally significant, even in the American market at this point.
I feel like it makes sense too that they are in that in those categories just because they do have that expansion. Like their popularity is equal.
I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but their U.S. sales numbers, so sales of their album in the U.S. are very significant. So
yes,
that's
not surprised.
Let's move on. Twice will be reportedly making a comeback in October. A JYP rep stated, quote, "It is true that Twice members are currently working on a new album. However, we will notify you regarding specific details once they are confirmed." That basically means it's confirmed. Twice also announced during their online concert Beyond Life Twice World in a Day, which was a couple days ago, that they will be releasing an English version of More and More in the near future.
That's interesting. An English version. They haven't done that before, have they?
Yeah, that's interesting because I saw them in concert last year. Let's just say the English was not on point, but I'm sure they could pull it off.
Yeah.
They had a whole year to study their English.
Also, we were missing Mina at the time. You know, she's the hard carry of English lines. So
the Texas girl.
Yep. Let's go. Next one. IZ*ONE will be hosting an online concert called Oniric Theater. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Oniric Theater on August 14th. Tickets will be sold on Interpark. So,
well, there you go.
I think it's at 2 a.m. local time for us. So,
oh no.
I mean, you might want to do it though, right? Like
maybe there's a VOD I could get right after. Because I completely condone pirating things to be fair. But maybe
we're on camera. Don't say that.
But I might buy a ticket and then just watch the VOD though. That might be the best option for me to support them, but not watch it live. Next one, Spot TV News reported that former AOA member Choa will be returning to the industry and has been meeting with agency with plans to make her comeback as a soloist. Earlier in the week, there was an unreleased OST track for a drama called To All the Guys Who Loved Me, which is a pretty big drama right now.
Ah, yes.
That gained attention as many believed that the track was sung by Choa. KBS later confirmed this to be true.
Wow. She's back in the studio.
Weird, bad timing, clearly.
Yeah.
A little rough. Yeah.
But, Choa was my favorite member of AOA back in the day.
Same.
Very excited. Next one. I think that's how we're going with that one. Yep. We's Kim Yohan, the guy, former X1 winner of Produce X101, will be releasing a single ahead of the group's debut, and that song will be coming out on August 25th.
Wow.
Shout out to my boy Yohan, the Taekwondo kid, the roller skating right into your heart boy. Shout out to Yohan. Lastly, Jellyfish Entertainment announced, unfortunately, that Hongbin has left VIX. VIX will continue on as a 5-member group. Back in February, Hongbin had some controversial live streams, which led to a lot of negative attention. And a lot of people are saying that this is a reflection of that. And he kind of confirmed it himself when he live streamed on Twitch right after he was released from the group.
Oh.
Yeah. Little bit of
Best of luck, though.
We're now at comebacks and releases. Warren, hit us with them.
August 12th, on Wednesday, we have the CEO of JYP, Mr. JYP himself, coming back featuring Sunmi. August 14th, on Friday, we have Super M, as we discussed earlier, and Brave Girls.
It's a group from Brave Entertainment.
I haven't heard that name in a long time. August 17th, on Monday, we have Dreamcatcher, ACE.
Yeah.
ITZY, Sejong, and Cheetah all coming back on the same day. Man, Monday is
a lot of stuff. We're not gonna be able to cover all of them.
And other confirmed comeback release news, we have Hyorin, August 19th, Gravity, August 24th, Yohan, as discussed earlier, on August 25th, Day 6 unit featuring Youngtae, Wonpil, and Boon on August
Ooh.
31st. We have Card sometime late August. Wonho solo comeback debut sometime in September 4th. Uptension sometime in September. Stray Kids sometime in September. Twice reported for October, and then Hyuna sometime in the near future.
Wonho has been hitting the gym so hard.
Of course.
If you
Yes.
look at his photos, he's like Kim Jong-kook jacked right now.
Whoa.
He's a little too jacked.
He looks like a tank right now. He's
Oh,
so
man.
Wow.
he's so thick right now, bro. Look that up. It's
Oh
crazy.
my god, this boy!
He's huge, boy. His arms are humongous.
Yo! Woo! Hey, yo, boy been working out, my man.
Right?
Yeah,
It's nuts. In terms of next week, I think it's very interesting. JYP and ITZY on the same week. I don't know if that's a conflict of interest.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Why is the CEO fighting against his own assets? I don't.
It's extremely relevant because the new segment is like a competition type thing. So let's just
yes.
say that JYP and his underlings ITZY are probably competing against each other. So that's potentially spicy.
Featuring
So I
Sunmi
think
too. That's wild.
I think we're gonna be covering JYP, Super M, Dreamcatcher, and ITZY as probably at a minimum, right? I think we have
Right.
to cover those four. But the rest, who knows what happens. Let's move on to State of the Nation. So
Yo.
we would normally talk about like things we've been doing or Island, but Island had a special this week, which was pretty much just like extra content. Nothing
Recap.
important happened.
Yeah.
They had Gwangi, Namju, and Jui.
Hmm.
No, is it not Jui?
Yes.
Zooey.
Yeah, Jui from Momoland. I forgot how to. I was like, not from Twice.
Chewy.
Yeah, from Momoland. They were on
Yeah.
the show and they basically had behind the scenes footage. But we've decided this week to more or less reflect on season 2 for a little bit. Talk about our future and get some feedback from the survey that Warren dished out last week.
I mean, yeah. So some of the questions on the survey included favorite segment, least favorite segment, stuff like that. The most favorite segment was a 3-way tie. Can you believe
Really?
Oh.
that? 3-way tie.
Between-
It's exact same numbers. It was between the new releases discussion, Hot Takes with Harold, and the weekly news.
Well, those are our main things.
Well, yeah,
so-
that was pretty much the whole show.
yeah, that's the main things.
The second runner-up was State of the Nation, and then below that was a quick rewind.
Yeah, that was done. Dunzo. Listen, that was
Yeah.
Dunzo.
I'm sorry if you enjoyed it, guys.
I honestly, after like 6 episodes of that, we instantly regretted it.
The thing is, about 60-ish% of the total responses answered what their least favorite segment was, and percent. So 24% of the entire response rate said that the quick rewinds was their least favorite. So there you have it. Yeah, or saying goodbye. I mean, at the end of the day, we never really had anything special to say.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't good. It was not good.
Yeah, it was mostly like, oh, kind of like, I kind of still like the song. Why didn't we give that one song spicy?
Yeah. But the new song, the new segment for next week, I think is a vast improvement over what we've done in the past. What do
Yeah.
you think, Warren?
I think so. I think in combination with our new system, if you will,
Yeah, new
with
system.
that's replacing certified spicy. I think I'm kind of hyped.
Stay
They're not.
tuned.
The thing is, they're not major changes, right?
Tweaks. Yeah.
Right.
Here
They're
and
like
there.
little tweaks, optimizations.
And honestly, the way we're set up, the new segment makes way more sense. I think.
I think it'll flow better as well. Oh, we're also getting some new stuff too, right? Like, I've been working on a new theme song. I'm working on some
Bro,
graphics
it is-
for the YouTube.
It is so
Tease,
the new
teaser.
theme song. Well, we've heard like it's a work in progress still. We're gonna finish it by on next Wednesday or next Tuesday when he edits. It is fuego. Like the new theme song is certified spicy. Let's just say that.
There it is.
I'm
Boom.
glad you like it.
Oh wow.
I just wanted to make it sound like K-pop. Anita told me it sounds like K-pop, so I'm kind of
100%.
I'm just
Yeah.
satisfied with that part. But yeah, that's yeah.
You got any other surveys things you want to point out?
There was a lot of people who answered that nope, I don't have a least favorite segment.
Aw.
Well, that's kind. That's
I know
kind.
that was very nice of him.
I feel like everyone has a like. You know, you have a least favorite. Come on, let's be.
it messed with my bar graph a little bit, but that's okay. I
no.
manually fixed everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I think overall, I think I got a pretty good understanding of what people like, or what people don't like. I think it's pushing us in the right direction because we've been doing this for
2 years.
2 years now, right?
Wow.
A lot of podcasts have come, a lot of podcasts have left. It's the industry's changed. The K-pop podcasting industry has changed. Dive studios, man, they've grown. Like
We've
Yeah.
changed. Our
changed.
one part is now longer. Like it's like 50%. Our like second half is now 50% longer than our full episode used to be.
right, our
Growth.
first couple episodes were like 30 minutes.
Yeah, now we do 2 hours on a regular.
Yeah. I feel like back then, like we did the 30-minute episodes, and at the end, I was like, "Oh, I'm so tired,
Bro,
Don't
we
ever
used
talk to me.
We used to be like, let's not talk. Let's just leave. Bye.
like, goodbye. Talk to me in a week."
Yeah.
Now we just keep going. I think we're a lot more comfortable with it. I think that's good. But at the same time, I was getting mildly concerned that we might, be sticking ourselves in an echo chamber or like getting out of touch with our listeners. And I feel like that's not really the case at the moment.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm very, very, very happy about that. I guess we're doing all right,
Thank you, guys. Listeners out there.
Yeah, nation. Yeah.
Do you want me to talk generalities, or do you have more to say about the survey?
That's all I wanted.
I heard the a lot of people's favorite segment though. Can I just mention one thing? Was
Yeah.
when NBN No Bias Nuna showed up for the BTS review. I heard that was
Yes.
a fan favorite.
One of the questions was the most memorable moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Our Discord mod NBN No Bias Nuna was mentioned a couple times for our BTS comeback special episode. People like my food analogies apparently. Like they liked Henrietta, Anita. When is she gonna come back?
I don't know. I gotta give her a call.
But I know BTS has a future album coming up, right?
That's true.
If NBN, if you're listening, which I was you would at some point, if you would
Shout
like
out.
to join us for that, you are 100% welcome to. Just let us know. There's an open invitation. Let me talk about some generalities now, right? Let me move on to that. 2 years. That's a long time, right?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I am so thankful and so shocked that we're even still doing this. I thought this was gonna be about 6 months.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. Shout out to our families for being very supportive of this, because
Yes.
this is kind of a very niche thing to be doing, I think, right? Like, I am shocked at the things we've accomplished, to be fair at this point. Now, by no means we're like monster successful or something, right? We ain't like viral or anything.
What?
But
I
at the
thought
same-
we're just as big as Joe Rogan.
No, but at the same time, we are very proud of everything we've accomplished so far. We're still growing. The genre is still growing, which is the main thing. There's ebbs and flows with our interest in doing this, because doing something 100 times takes a lot of commitment, right? Like, I've written 100 scripts. That's a lot of effort, right? That's probably 200 to 300 hours right there alone. I feel like it's been worth though, and whenever this ends, we could look back and be like, wow, we did that for a long time, right? Like,
I don't want to think about that just yet. The ride is still going. I don't, like the
Looking
roller
towards
coaster
the
ride is still
future.
going. Yeah. Well, I'll
Honestly-
worry about the end when it's ended. Like,
yeah, honestly, it's like the main thing is that although we do it for our audience, we're still finding interest in doing it for ourselves, which is, I would think, very critically important to doing anything in life, right?
right.
The Discord has become a beast of its own, right?
Yes.
Like, that's kind of crazy. The Discord
really cool.
is over a year old now. We've met many friends and interacted with a lot of people. Hopefully, we could interact with a lot more people going forward. It's become a very important. I don't want to say no. It has become a very important part of my daily life, right?
Yes,
Like I look
yes.
it up.
Yeah.
I talk to people. I've made a lot of friends. Hopefully, I can meet them in person once Rona goes away, right? Like, it's interesting because who would have thought we talk to like people on the daily, right? I
From
don't
all
know.
over the world too. I think that's
All over the
most
world.
All over the world.
impressive.
That's the
And-
crazy part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like we got fans like from like so many different countries. Like
It's really nice. I think the Discord itself for me, I guess, and I don't know about you guys, but it really gave more sense of like there are people out there listening and supporting and discussing, you know, and I don't know, I guess it shows more because we get to interact with them and see them interact with each other. So I don't know, I think the Discord has definitely been a really great addition to the show.
I do want to add, if you're listening and you're not like, if you feel like, you know, joining a Discord server is a lot of commitment, I understand, that's totally fine. But if you
Yes,
want to
of
like,
course.
if you want to reach out to us, like communicate with us, DM us on Instagram, email us. You know, we're all available in like every channel.
Yeah.
Like, we do check those. And there was one person that left us a very nice like note in the survey. And it really does make my day. I am very happy that I'm having a positive impact on other people's lives. We're just three people talking in their basement, and somehow people enjoy that. That's kind of crazy, you know. Like,
I'm not in a basement. You're not in a basement. None of us are in a basement right now. I don't know where you get it. You used to be.
Figuratively, metaphorically.
metaphorically in a
I
basement.
was like basement. This ain't no
Look,
basement.
if they're listening to the podcast, if they've never seen our face, we could as well be in a basement. Nobody would know.
Another thing. This is random. There's a
Okay.
giveaway next week. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, stay
Yeah.
tuned.
We haven't done that in a while.
There's gonna be 2 items on YouTube, 1 item in the Discord. So, and the item in the Discord is weird, so that should be fun.
You're
I
not
guess.
missing out much.
No, you know. Go when we hear it next week, you'll be like, "That's kind of strange. Maybe I want that." I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
But yeah, it's gonna be open to everyone worldwide. The instructions will be explained then. Should be fun. I finally feel comfortable enough to ship stuff out, you know, because Corona's not doing. It's not too crazy, and there's a lot of safety precautions now. The local post office, so we feel comfortable now shipping things out again. So, you know, it might take a little bit longer to get to you if you win, but you know, we're gonna do some giveaways, and I just said, you know, like 12 times there, so that's a thing.
I know. Yeah.
But, yo, podcasting, it's been fun at times. It's been a struggle at times. But overall, I think it's been a very valuable experience.
Yes.
Who would have thought that we record ourselves and talk to each other every week? We've been, for the most part, extremely consistent, which I think is one of our hallmark strengths.
Yeah. Somehow.
Other than that
We've been doing
other than that 3-month period, we've only missed 1 week. I mean, that the 2-month period that we took a break on.
Yeah,
we've only
spring,
missed, I think,
yeah.
1 to 2 weeks. Other than that,
Well, we
Wow.
took holiday breaks every year, right?
no.
But we
this
this
year
year
we
they
played
wouldn't
it.
know. Right, pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah, so we've been
Man.
extremely consistent, which I'm kind of proud of because I value consistency a lot in terms of whatever I do and in terms of how I view other people. So consistency is kind of cool.
I am like the podcast kid at work. Like they're like, oh Warren, you're like you do a podcast. You're an
There you
internet
go.
celebrity. I'm like, no. Please stop.
Yeah. Our goals for the future, I think, are like personally quite simple. Keep doing what we're doing. Improve a little each day. I'm giving like life lessons now. Personally, I hope eventually we can meet a lot of the nation in person. I know this year got kind of derailed by everything because at this point, most likely we would have went to KCON New York and met a lot of our at least East Coast listeners.
Yeah.
That was the hope.
If KCON happens in person, you know, we'll be there. We will also try to make an effort to go to LA, but we can't promise that because we're so far away, right? But
Right.
I think it'd be cool if we could. If we could
Yeah.
figure that out.
If the opportunity arises.
Yeah. Overall, though, thank you to our listeners because
Yes.
although we're doing this for ourselves, we are also doing it for you guys, and we're trying to improve the content for you guys. It's been a lot of fun. I'm excited for season 3, though. A little bit of a switch up. New graphics gonna be cool. New songs
Yeah,
gonna be
check
cool.
it out on YouTube.
New segments should be controversial but fun. You know, all the good stuff. But I don't know. Anyone else have anything else to say?
Just thank you to all the listeners so far.
Yeah.
Hoping we get the same support and even more moving forward. I think we are just striving to do things better for us and for the listeners. So
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
If it's your first time listening, your 10th time listening, your
Yeah.
99th time listening,
Wow. Yes.
thank you. I
Thank
think
you.
that's a good point to wrap, right?
Yeah, I'm getting a little too a
Cringy?
little bit
Yeah.
too much.
I mean, if I start crying, you'll get really cringy. So but this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We are signing off on season 2 right now. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me as always.
Of course.
It's been a fun ride, and we'll see you all at season 3. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Dream juicy.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Based Mina, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jack, Jacob, Malfiar, NJ Parks, Snap Wilson, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Malfiar, No Bias Nuna, Tuggles, V, and Wolf297.